Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the double-body Warlock PvP build. With this build, you dominate at every range. Running this build in Crucible feels like cheating. I also prepared a nice little cheat sheet for the build, which you can see on screen right now, and we will go over that step by step during this video. You will find that also down in the descriptions and also a dim link in the description. So stay with me. Let's go over that awesome, insane PvP build. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the double-body Warlock build, the build for PvP. That feels like cheating. Which brings me back in-game, where we talk a little bit about the subclass Stormcaller is. I'd also run Storm Trance this season also for PvP. Then Healing Rift. You could also use Empowering Rift, but I just prefer Healing Rift for PvP. Burst Glide. Chain Lightning. While amplified, it creates an additional set of chains. We've seen that before, and it also does that when you run the aspect of Lightning Surge. So you basically slide in, melee, and kill everything in a room when you're amplified, because you chain. And when you're amplified, you chain even more. In regards of grenade, we run the Flashbang Grenade because just for the reason it has the shortest cooldown. And we will use the grenade in a different way. I mean, you might already know how. Aspects, I talked about Lightning Surge. That's the sliding melee. It's also an awesome movement ability, especially with Speed Boost. You slide so far and catch guys by surprise around corners. It's nasty. Then we have Arc Soul. Cast your Rift to create an Arc Soul that fires at targets in front of you. Allies can power through your Rift to get an Arc Soul. Your Rift recharges faster when allies are near. That's important. And while amplified, your Arc Souls are supercharged. We will talk a little bit about the supercharged Arc Soul in a second. Fragments. So we have Spark of Recharge. While critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy regenerate more quickly, so we get our abilities back faster. Then for the Fragments, it's basically useless. Spark of Walls, I just have that for the plus 10 recovery. I have Spark of Resistance, basically for the plus 10 strength. And I have Spark of Feedback, basically for the plus 10 resilience. You could switch that to the blinding one when you kill something with the arc special weapon. You blind in a radius. You could also use that with that build. It's also pretty nice. With that said, let's head over to the cheat sheet. Collect that briefly. So the abilities we talked about, as I said, Flashbang Grenade. We used that because of the lowest cooldown. Then we have the aspects Lightning Surge and Arc Soul. Fragments, Spark of Recharge, Spark of Walls, Spark of Resistance, mainly because of the stats buff we get from those. And here, because of the faster ability Recharge. In our exotic slot, we gonna run Getaway Artist, and that one converts your Arc Grenade into an Arc Soul, and you become amplified. That changed, that's new. So the Arc Soul from Getaway Artist is always one of the supercharged ones, okay? So you basically use Getaway Artist to get the super turret, and then you gonna step or use your Healing Rift to recharge that one. The awesome thing about Getaway Artist is, as it says here, when you use the grenade, you not only get the axe, but you will become amplified on demand. So also when you want to clear a room, just use that and then slide in with your melee, and you will clear that room with that slide. And also blind guys in there. This is huge, okay? This is huge. This is one big part of that build. Let's head back to the cheat sheet. Let's summarize that, okay? So exotic Getaway Artist, you get your arc body, so your first auto turret, and you come amplified on demand. That's huger than it sounds. And that brings us to the weapon, because it's the double body Warlock. Yeah, no time to explain. This is our pulse rifle. We're gonna run the exotic. Yeah, it is hated already by everybody. I like it. You can two burst in PvP. You have to be pretty accurate though, so it's not that forgivable. But if you got 10 stacks of rewind, you will also get a second turret, which is the second body. So basically then you have yourself, your arc body, and your no time to explain body, which makes 3 of you, which is basically a fire team on your own. And this gives you just more firepower than anybody else around in Crucible. And the range for the turrets is around about 29 meters, so that's pretty far. And in case you want to clear a room or somebody comes close, we have our good old Xenoclast Arc Lightweight Shotgun, because then we move faster. If you don't have the speed boost, I like to run it in PvP with Slide Shot and Demolitionist, because then we get grenade energy back, which goes into our Flashbang cooldown, which goes into our Getaway Artist, which goes into our auto turret. Ooh, that's a lot of synergies. Heavy weapon, whatever you prefer. Most of the time I just use a tracking rocket and fire and forget it and hope it hits something. But that's not all. Let's talk about the mods. Because this is like a broken PvP build on a budget, okay? It's very easy. You don't have... I think I have one masterworked item, not more. And that works awesome, actually. So... here we have Pulse Rifle targeting and Radiant Light for that plus 20 strength. Grenade Kickstart, Unflinching Pulse Rifle, High Energy Fire, Pulse Rifle holds, and Quick Charge. Usually I would prefer something different than Quick Charge to become charged with light. But in this build, run Quick Charge, because then you unlock the 20 strength and you activate Ever Ready, which is a faster shotgun ready speed. Yes, it also works with fusion rifles, but in this case we use it for the shotgun, so that's basically an old quick draw shotgun speed with that mod. And then on the class item we use double utility kickstart and taking charge. Awesome. So we talked about most of the stuff. I think we just wrap up the build before we head into some PvP with the stats. So 60 resilience, that's what you want to run for PvP. It's just the sweet spot. You could run more, but yeah. Recovery and discipline as high as possible, and 50 plus strength, because most of the stuff you get with your build, so you don't need that high stats. And with that said, I speak in chat. Did anybody tell me I'm a sexy beast today? Yes, my stepmom. Thank you. Anyway. So this is the double body lock, and it is... we had that already here on the channel with when No Time to Explain came out. But believe me, if you tried it during that time, give it a try again, because now it's even more broken. It feels like cheating, okay? It feels like cheating. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little piece of content, and if you want to see more Destiny 2 stuff, especially builds, check the playlist to my left. And if you are more interested in what YouTube algorithm has in petto for you, then check the one below that playlist. If you like my stuff, please leave a like and help Mom's Basement grow. See you next time. DirtyHotte out.